Welcome. I'm Richard Hosner, and I'm your host for this in-depth wisdom series. My goal is to help you live a wisdom-inspired life by sharing with you some profound and deep wisdom that can truly better your life and help you live a wisdom-inspired life. The source of all the wisdom in this series comes from Paramahansa Yogananda, a God-realized enlightened avatar who founded the Self-Realization Fellowship and left us with a wealth of wisdom in books and teachings. Check them out on the Self-Realization Fellowship. Having said that, in these series, I'd share with you not only the profound wisdom, simple profound wisdom, and by that I mean it can really, really make a positive difference in your life. But I go beyond just sharing it with you by sharing the benefits of that wisdom and how you can develop more of this wisdom attribute in your life. This is an important piece of wisdom from Yogananda. I guess most of them are, but this one kind of goes to the heart. I just heard myself say that literally and figuratively. And it's this. We know from Jesus, a God-realized enlightened avatar, he said, God is love. Well, so love becomes pretty important if you're going to live a wisdom-inspired life. So we have this piece of wisdom, and this really is just really good piece of wisdom from Yogananda, quoting, "Ordinary love is selfish, darkly rooted in desires and satisfactions. Ordinary love is kind of like conditional love. I'll love you if you love me. I'll love you if you'll do this sort of thing. It's transactional in some ways. On the other hand, quoting, divine love is without condition, without boundary, without change." Listen to that again. Divine love is without condition, unconditional love. I'm going to love you no matter what happens. Divine love is without boundary, okay? Just expansive and without change. Wow. I'm kind of guessing that most of us listening to this are not living too much divine love and living more ordinary love. So along the path to living a wisdom-inspired life, divine love is going to need to become a critical part of that if you're going to fully experience the benefits of a wisdom-inspired life. So it's pretty important. So how do you do that? Okay, well, as I try and do in these episodes, I set kind of a high standard, as I have here, for what divine love is. How can you go about doing that? Well, I've got 10 things I want to suggest for your consideration. First is cultivate a spiritual practice. That has many facets. It's unique and all of that. It can be meditation. It can be with a religion. It can be with a spiritual tradition. It can be your own plan. I studied with the Self-Realization Fellowship, was my spiritual practice, and continues to be for decades and decades. Okay? Second, seek inner guidance. This is where you learn to listen to your inner voice, more well known as our intuition. Intuition is the voice of our soul. Our soul is the spark of divinity in all of us. So, looked at another way, intuition is the voice of God. Seeking that inner guidance, and that really takes time to develop. Every one of us has the potential for intuition, but a very few have it fully developed. But you can develop it through the things that I'm going to be outlining here. Next, third is practice self-love and self-compassion. Divine love not only for others, but for yourself. And compassionate, relieving your suffering, letting go of your suffering. Number 4, extend your love to others. Practice love, kindness, and compassion towards others on a daily basis. There are times that I try and set objectives of finding the way to do an unexpected act of kindness for someone. I have other things that I'm currently doing in my life, looking to be able to help people immediately when they're in need. And treat everyone you encounter with respect, empathy, and understanding. A big task here, but this is getting to divine love. Fifth, embrace unity and oneness. Recognize the interconnectedness of all beings and embrace the idea that we are all part of a greater whole. The quantum physics calls it quantum entanglement. It's all one. It's all connected. We are all one. Okay? And boy, that's hard for the ego to hear and let alone embrace. I got that. But the standard of divine love is pretty high, very high. So, not surprisingly, some of the things I'm suggesting here will test you. Okay. Next is practice gratitude. And I've talked about that in a number of episodes. It's very important. Being grateful for big events, small events, people, things, all that sort of stuff. Practice gratitude. Seventh, surrender and trust. Surrender your worries, fears, and desires to God. Trust that God has a divine plan for you, and everything is unfolding in divine timing. That requires you to trust God. Probably should. He's created universes upon universes upon universes and manages them all pretty well. And God is love, and this is divine love we're talking about here. Live in alignment with love. Align your thoughts, your words, actions, and beliefs with love. If you have beliefs that are unloving, it's going to be difficult to live a life of divine love. And next to last is practice mindfulness. Again, meditation is probably the best way to do that. And the last one's very important too. Stay open and humble. Stay open to the mysteries and miracles of life. At one time, I was a pretty arrogant guy. Now, I recognize that I don't know 99.999% of what there is to know. So much for being a know-it-all, huh? But I've got some skills in learning, and I love, love, love learning, okay? So 10 things here. Now, can you do all 10 of them? That's a pretty tall order, I got it. But maybe choose 2, 3 of these that you really want to focus on over the next several months or maybe this year, okay? So again, the wisdom from Yogananda is, ordinary love is selfish, darkly rooted in desires and satisfactions. Now, divine love is without condition, without boundary, and without change. Okay? Pretty big. As always, I deeply appreciate you listening to these episodes, and I look forward to reconnecting with you soon.